Yours, Team Japan!
First pass, we're going to see a whole nother pass. Give it up for Japan. Let's hear it. Round one.
Okay, just tell me when to go. You're good? Hey, this is George Flynn from PSIA. We're about to set out for our technical presentation. This year we're focusing on the versatility and usability of our fundamentals to create different turns, not defining a turn necessarily for what's best, but how to achieve different outcomes and how we can have really high quality execution of multiple types of turns. That's pretty much it. Yeah, no.
Hello, that's Stephen Helfingby. He may be with us. That gentleman's Michael Rogan. Greta Kelleher is right back there from Big Sky Resort, waving. Yeah, and I'm Jonathan Ballou from PSI and Aspen Snowmass. We're going to split this group up.
It can pressure and be bent. Does everyone agree with that? Or has heard some version of that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's easy. Perfect. So what I want to do is go through those 5 fundamentals in an isolated way. Okay, so we're gonna traverse to the number 5 T-bar, and we're gonna start investigating each individually. Who wants to just repeat back to me what that one is? Doesn't have to be in the exact words. Anyone? Not? Not the PSIA person. That's easy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, take it.
Yeah, use the length of the key just by controlling the send-up mass along its axis.
Right.
Yeah.
And by isolating that, we move back, the pressure comes back on the ski, move our center of mass forward. Could we also agree that moving the skis fore and aft beneath the body would do the same thing? Yep. Great. We're gonna experiment with a second one. Okay, so the first one's fore aft. We could just say that. Second one is we're controlling rotation, steering, pivoting, and turning the skis separate from the upper body. Okay? Get downhill after like the first half of the turn. I'm gonna allow that outside ski to come down onto the snow into an inclined position, or angulated position, sorry. Sound good? Can I show you how? Okay. And let's play with this sensation, feeling the inclination and the angulation all the way to the base of the T-bar. I may stop halfway and watch, but let's go all the way to the base and meet at the base of the T-bar. Thank you. Adjust pressure from ski to ski, and we direct pressure toward our outside ski. Pretty much exactly the opposite of what we just did. Okay, let's go down, and I'm going to show you a turn that I think pretty much everybody has done this week, or some variation of it. But we'll experiment and just, again, isolate that movement. How do we move from ski to ski? How do we align over that ski and receive pressure from that outside ski? Sound good? Yeah. Back to that little same spot, and then we'll ski it all the way to the bottom. All done a version of this week. I think I've done it twice in a couple different countries. Okay? Feel free to leave the tip of the ski on the snow. That's totally fine. Again, skid it out from up here. Once you get steep, feel free to do it in the carved out. Sound good? Okay, here's the demo. Okay, we've gone through 4 of our fundamentals, and again, fundamentals just ways that we move the body to make the ski do something. It's about making the ski create a performance. And so our last fundamental is another one of my favorites, and it's we control the magnitude of pressure that we experience through creating interactions in the snow. Okay? And so some turns that we're gonna do have a lot of pressure, right? We feel that force in the turns, and some we may want to not feel a lot of pressure, okay? So it's not a task or activity that you feel very little magnitude of pressure, okay? Very little. So it's probably gonna be slower, it's probably gonna have less edge angle. Just a little hint, right? As it gets steeper, or when you want to, I want you to start increasing the pressure that you feel on the skis, that sensation of force, okay? At the bottom, I want you to be feeling the most force that you can on this slope. Questions?
Yeah, George, I have a question.
Of course.
When you get to that last part, are you trying to feel even pressure through the whole turn, or does the pressure build and change from beginning to end?
That'll depend on how we make the ski interact with the snow, right? We can distribute, that's a great question. We can distribute the pressure differently throughout one turn. We can feel it spike in one part, but that's the next half of this presentation. Right? We can't, but 100%. So like down through here, for me, I'm feeling a gradual increase and then a gradual decrease as I move to the next turn, is what I would say. But ask yourself that same question as we ski down. Again, the start of the slope, experiencing. Was that okay? Or is that not a lot? Okay. I can't control that, unfortunately. A good question came up on our key bar ride, and I just wanted to clarify something and elaborate on it. That each of these fundamentals can be utilized at different ranges, and so by range I mean your actual like biomechanical range, right? If I absorb something, a piece of terrain, we don't have moguls to really ski right here, but like my biomechanical range to absorb, that would be like a lot of range. This would be a little bit of range. We were talking about fore-aft control on the T-bar ride up. A lot of range, say again in moguls or off-piste, could be a range that's like feet in relation to my skis, right? I'm moving a ton. In this turn here, not that much movement, right? The range, it's a really intense control of that fore-aft positioning, but the range is not that big. Does that make sense? So we're adjusting how intensely we do it and the range in which we do it. Okay, for the last 45 minutes, guys, I want to experiment with trying to blend these fundamentals to achieve different outcomes, okay? What I'd like to do, we're gonna try it, is get into partners quickly, right now, just. Okay, partnered up, great. And with your partner, in order to like achieve what we want to achieve. And so, you know, we're a huge country. We've got a ton of variety in the terrain and the people that we ski with. And so we needed a system that allowed us to adapt to different outcomes on the snow. Honestly, like if I could carve everywhere, I probably would. But sometimes it's just not appropriate. And so I hope that you guys can kind of see how our vague nature, right? It's like a very like wide array of possibilities, but given the right application of those things, we can come back and be very specific. That's pretty much it. Are there any questions that you guys have? Nope. Nope. All right, well, sweet. Thank you very much. I hope we skied enough. I certainly needed a couple good fast runs, so I hope that's okay. And yeah, I really appreciate you all coming and giving us the time.
Thank you.
Right on.